channel viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to the 200th episode on Channel NITT. So on this 200th episode, we're going to talk about the ENTJ child. Incidentally, on our 100th episode, we also talk about the ENTJ child, but this is just a coincidence. This episode is actually inspired by this video. So I found this video on Facebook. It features 30 things that most children would have done in their childhood. I also read the Facebook comments alongside this video. I did a mental tally. All the Facebookers who have commented that they have at least performed 28 out of the 30 items that have been featured in this video. So I watched this video, I found that many of the activities I can identify with. Yes, I did do them. However, not all of them. So I start to wonder, am I having a very different childhood from the rest? Anyway, Channel NITT viewers may not have seen this video, so I'm going to put this video up. And then, I'm also going to comment whether I have performed this activity before, during my childhood days. So as I'm going to play this video, I'm also going to do a count of how many of the 30 activities I have actually performed as a child. So viewers, maybe you can also count along with me for yourself. How many of these activities have you actually engaged in when you were a child? Okay, so let's get started. No, never did this. Never did that either because we don't have a remote control. Yes. No, never did this either. Yes. 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 Oh, poking the eraser with a pencil, yes. Even stapled an eraser before. This one, no. Is it painful? Never did that. Okay. Yes. Licking the rail, no. Spinning the apple, yes. Definitely yes, I remember this. I like to do that. Yes. I don't remember doing it with the whole hand though. This one. Yes. Yes. Oh, playing with wax, definitely yes. I still like to play it as an adult. No, never did that. Not done this either. Yes, this I have done. Okay, I think this is sharpening the pencil until it's totally very short. Not done that, as I think it's a waste of resources. I think my parents will scold me. Okay, playing with glue. Again, inefficient use of resources. Wasting glue. No, I never done that. Okay, plucking a leaf. No, not done that. This one definitely yes. I remember having done that. This one so yes, this one also. Not so sure. I would say yes. Yes, this one I've done. Yes. This one too, I'm done. I used to have a lot of Pilot V5 pens during my time. Most of them do not have this clip anymore because I put them up. So after having done the count, I only have a score of 19 out of 30. What about you viewers? How many of these items have you actually engaged in when you were a child? I would think that my score is considerably low because this should have been very common activities that children might perform right when they are bored because they are curious. I always thought that I did not have a very normal childhood, and this video confirms so. So I'm not too sure whether I mentioned this in episode 100, but in my entire childhood I only had 2 toys. Well, some viewers may think that, oh, you have such mean parents, they don't buy you toys. But actually, personally, I also didn't want the toys. So I'm weird. So after having watched this video, I thought about it very seriously. What did I really do during my childhood days? And I found 3 weird things that I did that many children, many of the peers that I have definitely would not have done. So I'm going to share with you 3 weird things that I have done as an ENTJ child. Number 1, charts. So when I was 12, I started a very strange habit. I really enjoyed listening to Mendo pop. So during the time, there's this thing called Long Hu Bang, right, where you just listen to the radio and then they tell you what the top 10 songs of the week are. So I will copy down the songs diligently. I really love that program. So much so, right, I couldn't even wait till the next week to hear the next release of the charts. I started to design my own radio station and I have my own charts. And it became very elaborate. So I have radio station A, B, C, D, and so many different radio stations, and each of them has a chart. Then I would tally the score and form an average and form a composite chart. Then I even encourage my friends to do a chart so that we can form a bigger pool of charts so that there can be a more fair composite chart. And if that was not enough, I started to forecast songs. So at the end of 1989, I am already predicting what songs might come out in 1990 and 1991. So I'm doing in advance the charts. So I will start to imagine very famous singers during that time releasing new albums and what the title song would be. I gave this title song a title, of course, and then I sometimes even imagine how it sounds like. At times I may even compose a song mentally so that, okay, at least this titled song that I had, the imaginary song, has a tune. And to make things more real, I invent new singers because there are always newcomers into the industry, right? So I give them a name and then they have a title song. So some newcomers make it, some newcomers are just mediocre. So the entire sequence becomes very elaborate. I only stopped doing this when I was 14. You find me weird? So I remember another thing that I did that I don't think is very typical of children, and that was when I was 7, 8 and 9 years old. I started my own bank. So I took a book and then I treat this as a bank statement book. Bank book? Bank? Now still got this kind of thing or not? I don't even know what the name is. The bank book, okay? The account book. Is that what you call it? Now the auntie and uncles, they still go to queue up and they try to update their book, right? Waste of time. So when I was about 7 to 9, I actually imagined myself depositing money into my bank. So my bank has a name and then it will give myself some interest. I told you, right, in my gambling episode that I sometimes can find money. I get tips from the uncles and aunties who come to my place to gamble. So I will keep this money and then I would document them how much I have. So this is my secret money. My parents didn't know about it. I'm really afraid that if my parents know about it, they will confiscate and take as their own. So I will hide them, I will find places to hide. So I have this book, I will write down how much money I have, and then I treat this as a bank book. So the bank is supposed to pay myself some interest. So if I have $15, I would pretend that, okay, for the interest of this month, I must get 10 cents. So I will try to go around my house and find 10 cents so that I can pay myself as interest. I will sweep the floor, I will look everywhere for a 10 cents. Weird, right? Another thing that I did that I assume nobody else would do is to play mahjong all by myself. I've asked a lot of different people. I've told this story to a lot of different people. They say I'm crazy. When I was young, I don't have much playmates. My siblings were very much older than me, so I behave as if I'm the only child. So given that I come from a gambling family, we have a lot of mahjong sets, right? So sometimes I would just like set up a table, I would wash the tiles and stack, and then I'll play. But the thing is, I assume the positions of all 4 players. I imagine 4 different people playing mahjong. So I will start from one position first, and then I will arrange, I will draw a tile, and then I will decide which tile to throw. Then I will move on to the second position and I will do the same. The interesting thing is the players, the imaginary players, even have a conversation. They can gossip along the way. So in order for me to play this imaginary game well, I must remember what tiles each of these players have. So that when I throw one, then the opposite player can say Pong or Gang. So in a way, I think that activity that I have engaged in, right, really helped me in my mathematics, logic and intelligence. But I trained them all by myself. I have a lot of friends that really enjoy playing mahjong. I told them that this is what I did when I was younger. They were all shocked because they think that this is something very stupid and silly to do. And many people, knowing that I started playing mahjong since I was 5, avoided playing mahjong with me. They think I'm very good at it. But the fact is, I have not played mahjong for 13 years. Really, I have not touched a mahjong tile for 13 years in my life already. So nobody wants to play with me, ma. So fellow ENTJs, do you have very strange childhood activities that you engage in that you think no other child might be engaging in? So personally, I find that those things that I really enjoy doing to entertain myself are really very elaborate. So I would really like to know whether fellow ENTJs also have this kind of same experience, having very elaborate childhood entertainment activities. Okay, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video as well. If you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more ENTJ, MBTI and fun stuff. Okay, I am going to sign off now and I will see you in my next episode. Goodbye!